Hello everybody. Hello Emma. Hi Lynn. How are you doing, lovely? I hope you're doing well. Such a long time since I've seen you last, Lynn. I'm just getting ready for... Well, I've just got ready for tonight's live. Hello Rhonda. How are you doing, my lovely? Hello Caroline. I'm very well, thank you. Hello Christine. Hello Ords. Thank you for being here, my lovelies. I'm very glad for you to be here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope we're all doing well. Hello Simon. Thank you for being here, my lovely. Hi Kirsty. It's lovely to see you, sweetie. I was just getting prepared for this evening's live because we're going to be doing some letterpressing tonight. Hello Tracy. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Hi Phil. How are you doing, mate? Just give it a few minutes whilst we're just waiting for everybody to drop in, and I'll have a quick sip of me drink because you know I've got to keep the pipes going, haven't you? Hi Terry, how are you doing, my lovely? I've just prepared a card blank and some paper, so I'm sure you can guess what we're going to be doing. Hi Lynn Morton, how are you, my lovely? It's lovely to see you. Hi Kim. Big waves to everybody. Hello everyone. Hello. It's lovely to see you all. Right, I suppose I had better get started because we are here to craft, aren't we? Hello Barbara. Hello Sylv. So we are here to craft, so I'm going to get right on into it. So, one of the lovely girlies said that they were having some problems with letterpressing, so I thought we can do a little bit of letterpressing this evening on the live. So I'm just going to pull me arms up so I've got my hands out properly. And I'm going to bring in a few of the mediums that we're going to be letterpressing with this evening. So, we're going to be using some of the gilding polish that I bought from Cosmic Shimmer. And actually I think we're probably also going to do some with ink as well. Oh, I'm well, thank you very much, Lynn. And thank you very much. I think Phil asked if I was how I was as well, so thank you very much as well, Phil. So yes, we're just going to do some letterpressing techniques this evening, and we'll obviously end up making a card or two because you know we've got to, haven't we? It has to happen. We love a card. So I am going to start off using the gilding polish on this one. I might make a different card blank because I didn't like the size of that one. Now, if you want to use these polishes on things such as embossing folders, you do need to prepare the surface first with just a little spritz of water, because that will help keep the polish moving, because this polish dries very, very quickly if you don't, that is. So I'm just going to get a little bit of the polish onto the brush, onto the sponge. I'm going to make sure there's no lumpy clumpy bits on the sponge. And then I'm just going to gently, in small circular motions, hopefully without going into the folder itself, because where those pink lines are is where it's actually going to emboss into the cardstock, and I don't want any of it going into the cards, into those sides, into that side even, I should say. So all I'm going to do is just line that up on there nicely and fold that over and run it through my Gemini machine. I'm just going to grab out the plates. Now, for a 2D embossing folder, all you need is 2 cutting plates. However, I think I might put my magnetic shim in there just to give it a little bit of an extra boost. Hi, Aaron. Thank you for popping in, love. Here we go. Let's just quickly wipe that up because we don't want a mess, do we? That's the last thing we want. And there we go. You can see it's kind of very gently gone onto there like that. But I want that to have a little bit of a better set. So I'm just going to pop that back on there and I'm going to go over it again. With a little bit more of this polish because I want it to have a really nice effect. And I'm just going to drag it down this time to start with, and then I'm just going to go back over it with a small circular motion. But you can see that some of it has actually gotten into that emboss area as well. That's my fault for spraying a little bit too much water on it. So I'm just going to run that through. Sylv, yes, I will actually be using the glycerin when I do the ink, lovely. I've not tried mixing this with glycerin. I don't know what would happen. So what I can do actually is once we've done with this one, I will put some glycerin on it and we'll see what happens. There we go. And we've got that kind of, I mean, this is more of a distress type of technique. This one, I would certainly say. So I'm just going to pop that one to the side for just now, and let's see what happens when we add glycerin to it. I'm going to get a different, I'm going to use a blending sponge to use the glycerin with, because I don't really want to. Oh, actually, should I? What I'm going to do is just take a little bit of the polish out and put it down on my glass mat before I do that. Because I don't want to be mixing this in with the glycerin, you see. I don't want any glycerin going into that pot because we don't know what's going to happen with it. So I'm just going to pick up the glycerin and then pick up well, I think this might actually be effective, you know. I think we might need a bit more. Just going to get out a piece of card. Oh, now what's... So the blending sponge just decided to disappear. That's fine, we've got that back. Right, let's see what effect that has on it, guys. Where's my bottle of wine? Oh, the question of where your bottle of Pepsi Max is, the one that you left open and it went flat, so I drank it. And as for your bottle of wine, Sylv, I don't know where that is. I'm very sorry, my lovely. I mean, that didn't do too badly. It's not the most brilliant. I think that's because there wasn't enough... I hadn't got enough of the polish out and down. So I think with a bit more polish on it, that would actually work really well. That is noted for next time I want to do that, actually, because that does look really nice. So let's get another sheet of... I don't think I've got any small ones left. That's not a problem. We'll just use a large one. Right, there we go. We'll pop that off to the side. Right, before I do anything with it though, I'm just going to chop it down to size because I don't want it I don't want it buckling in the folder. And this time we're just going to do this. Actually, we're going to do the same with the glycerin again. So I'm just going to pop down a little bit of the glycerin. Let's take that sponge off of there. So I'm just going to pop down a little blob of glycerin. And lay down my ink. Oh wow, you could tell I'm having a bit of a funny day today, guys. So let's just pick up that glycerin and then pick up that ink. And we'll just... I don't think I put down enough ink. And we'll give that a run through on the die cutting machine. Right, time's come to flip that. And there we go. Actually, that's given us quite a nice little... Unfortunately, it did buckle a little bit, but that's mostly down to, I think I don't need that extra shim anymore. Let's just pop those to the side. And pop that there. And on the raised part of this as well, I want to... actually, I might just go in with the gilding wax on the raised part. And just gently I think I've been a little bit, well, I have been a little bit heavy-handed with it. But if you're not heavy-handed with it like I am, it can actually give you a really nice panel. Might have to try and make that one again, but this time without but there is a better way of doing it than that, so I will do it the better way this time. Right, so what have we got here then? We've got a piece of 5x7, which means I can do that onto... So I'm actually going to make a card. Yeah, because that's 5, isn't it? 2 5's 10, so I could cut that down to 11. 11 by 7. for a moment. So I'm just going to make a card base that fits. The piece of watercolour that I've got there. 11 by... Actually, I'm going to go 7.5. Hello Betsy, hello Margaret, thank you for being here, my lovelies. How are you doing? Hello Mary Pat 1000, how are you doing, my lovely? I hope you are well. I need to score that at 5. Or not at 5, as the case may be. What I needed to do was score it at 5.5. Let's just do that quickly. But it's not one of my lives if something doesn't go wrong. Oh, I do actually need to say something as well once I've quickly done that. Clean that glass mat up because I've got mess all over it. I do just want to take a quick second to say thank you to the people who have donated to the stream. Just so that you know, it is not required you to participate or to be here. You don't have to donate to the stream in any, well, to the live in any way at all whatsoever. However, you know, what has been donated has been very appreciated and has gone back to buying supplies to show to you guys. So there will be a small order arriving soon. So hopefully by the next live we'll have that, and I'll be teaching you some more new techniques. So what did I do with that piece of card and that card? Yeah, that'll do. I just need to straighten that up. And what did I do with me? Where did I put that to? I think that should be alright though, to be honest. Right. Let's go in. This time I'm going to do it on the 3D because I really want to do the 3D one because it looks really, really pretty. Right, so on the side that is not indented, so this side is where the dent will go into the card. This is the side that does not have the denting in the folder. And all I'm going to do with that, because I'm going to do that with that technique, aren't I? So if I go with I'm going to go with shaded lilac, and I'm just going to pull the ink pad very gently down the embossing folder from the top to the bottom. And pop that in there. I'm just going to pop that card on there, and we are going to make a card with this one. I'm quite looking forward to it. Let's go. Yes, because it's that. It's that, and then I need my plastic shim. Oh, Lynn, I'm so glad that you're looking forward to it, lovely. I never seem to get odds, I know, right, about scoring. It's so bad, isn't it? Hi, Rhonda. Oh, this is the first live you've caught, Margaret. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. There we go, and we can see how the letterpress has taken there, can't we? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go in with my brush because I know how much of an idiot I am with my brush. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this on my finger, and I'm going to very, very gently just go over the raised bits, and we can see how this is going to come to life. just remember, guys, I'm not being heavy-handed with this. I'm literally just letting my fingertip just touch the top of the paper whilst I'm doing this. Oh gosh, touching that stuff is like poking a jelly. It is literally like poking a bowl of jelly. Let's see if I can get some more of that off of the lid. I'm actually really loving this and how well this is coming out. It really does just transform it, doesn't it? I'm just going to try and get a little bit more on these areas where I don't think I've quite... And again, it doesn't matter if we go around the outer edge because I'm going to be trimming that anyway, so I just want to make sure that it's all got a real nice... Look at that. How beautiful is that? Thank you, Tracy. I think it does. It looks really, really good. And I've got an absolutely purple finger. I just need to get rid of that. There's my bone folder that I was looking for as well. And the great thing about this is apparently it comes off really, really easily when you try to... when you try to clean it off your hands. So that's a good thing. I can only take that as a good thing. And I'm just going to give this a... I'm just going to give the whole thing a clean because I don't want any of that ink sitting about. Is there a reason you're using... Right, the only reason, Margaret, that I use my finger to spread is because I actually can feel and control what I'm doing. So when I've used the sponge, I've gone in a bit too heavy and it's gone into areas where I've not wanted it. So as you can see here on this one, when I used the sponge, it got into an area where I didn't want it. That's the only reason why. That is literally the only reason why I used my finger, because I can actually feel and control a lot easier. Just to the side, and that can be the back of the card, and this will be the front. Right, so if I get out a nice scrap of black card, that's going to be a little bit too thin. All of these are going to be a little bit too thin by the looks of it. I thought that one would have been perfect. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh my gosh, Babs! Oh, thank you so much. You didn't need to do that, my lovely. What colour is the gilding wax? It's metallic gilding polish, and it's purple mist. It's from Cosmic Shimmer. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Babs. I don't know what to say. Let me just put that back in there. I need to get sorry guys, I won't be a second. I just need to grab a piece of black cardstock. I'm not sure where I've put all of my black cardstock. That's not the black cardstock that I want. There it is. I put it somewhere safe, obviously. The sponges in those are really spongy. You'd be better off with a Dauber tapping the excess. Yes, I think that would be quite... That is a good idea, Hannah. Thank you for that. You're welcome, Lynn. It's not a problem. I'm just going to grab that, and all I'm going to do is just take 1/4 of an inch off of the size of my card. So I'm going to go 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. So let's just quickly do that. So 7 1/4 by, wait there, it's not, is it 5 1/4? That just seems a bit too small. Yeah, because that's 5 1/2, isn't it? So 5, I don't know why it just seems a little bit small, but apparently it does. Oh, there we go. Well, that's a nice, and what I'll do is I'll just take the 1/4 of an inch off that as well. So 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take half of the 1/4 of an inch off the top and half of the 1/4 of an inch off of the bottom. Why that happened, just so that I can get the pattern right. Just seems not wanting to do what I'm asking it to do at the minute. There we go. There we go. Hello, Sarah. Welcome on in, lovely. I hope you're well. There we go. I think that gives it... Oh, well, that gives it more of a 1/2 of an inch around it. But you know what? That's fine. I still think that pops really, really well. And even if we want... And then what we can do is actually put another layer behind that. Yeah, so we can do a 5 by 7 layer behind that. Oh, what should we do? Because that's very purpley, isn't it? Shall we go in with a little bit of gold? I'm kind of thinking a bit of gold. Not sparkle. I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use gold. I'm going to use a nice bit of Centura Pearl in ivory. That's going to look lovely. So that needs to be cut to 5 by 7. So 5 by 7. And actually this is a Centura Pearl in the Snow White, so actually that should... Oh, I think that sets it off a little bit nicer. So that will go there. And then that will go... Oh, that really sets it off, doesn't it? Right, that's done then. That's a done. And then what we're going to do... What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to stick these two mats and layers together before I go to any further, because this is going to need a little while to set because it's Centura Pearl and it's a double-sided. This is a Snow White with a hint of silver, if I remember correctly. I know you're meant to use tacky glue for this, but I just find this glue so much easier to manage. And then when we look at that, oh, that's so pretty. I'm really liking that. So So I'm just going to set that off to the side for the moment. And we're going to bring back that. And I'm just going to have a quick hunt for a bit of ribbon. Now, I don't normally use a lot of ribbon in my cards or my card making, but I think this kind of calls for a little bit of ribbon. So, aha! There we go. We should use that ribbon. I think that ribbon goes with that really, really lovely. Oh yes, Gaz, that looks lovely. Oh, thank you so much, Caroline. I really appreciate you saying that. Barbara is having oh, bless her. I hope she's okay. And just for ease on this one, because I always find it a bit difficult to do anything with ribbon, I'm just going to use some of my double-sided tape. Now this will actually, as you can see, really adhere to the ribbon. So how long is that? I need... There we go. I'll trim that off. I'm just going to fold that back and get it to, going to hold it back even, not fold it back. I'm going to line it up with the ribbon. And I'm just going to hold the ribbon, guide the tape down the ribbon. Well, there we go, and I'm just going to adjust it where I need to. And I think, to be honest, that's more than enough, so I'll trim that little extra piece off there. And that is enough to make a band that goes round the bottom of the card. I'm just going to trim that because it's frayed a little bit at the top. Actually, I should really put another line of double-sided tape. What I'm going to have to do is adjust it by cutting off the tape. I don't advise anybody do this. Apparently I'm nuts. It is a bit much to do on the fly, but we all know what I'm like for doing things on the fly. So let's just get rid of that off of there because I can't see what I'm cutting. Oh, bless me. And also the wonder of this as well is, guys, is that once you do actually, that's just cut off, for goodness sake, you can actually I wouldn't advise doing this with any other scissors than these. These are brilliant, and I don't like the fact that I have to say, that I can say that. But they are absolutely brilliant scissors. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to neaten this all up. Even though it won't be seen when it's stuck down, I just don't want it hanging around on my card. Let's quickly catch up with some of the comments. Barbara is fine, just having technical issues. She's rebooting. Oh, bless her. Does anyone else iron their ribbon before using it? I don't like it crinkly. Normally I would, but as you can see, when I use the double-sided tape, it pretty much pulls it out to be perfect, unless I scag it somewhere along the line. But yeah, normally when I do that, it pulls it out to be perfect. Just trim off those other excess little bits of tape. Glad it's not just me. I'm too much of a perfectionist to let that slide. Oh, very good. I have some little ribbon straighteners. Oh, wow. I see, I wouldn't have thought of that. Thank you. Now I've got something else I need to buy. Note to self, purchase miniature hair straighteners for ironing ribbon. Right, let's get those off. Because we don't actually want the backing of the double-sided tape to go onto the card. Now I'm kind of struggling at thinking, because I could do it going along the length of the card, or I can have it going along the width of the card. I just don't know where I want to put it. Come on now, you normally just peel right off. Let's try it from this end. There we go. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of thinking I like it going that way. So let's have it going that way. I really like that. And that was not placed very straight by myself there. So I'm just going to line it back up. And there we go. I think that looks really nice, doesn't it? And then when you add it onto here, it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Right, let's pop that back there for a second, and then I will be just one... Actually, let me see, what have I got here? I'm just going to have a quick look to see what we can put on the card, because that is a very good start, but we need something to make it really pop, I think. And I don't think there's anything in that pile that's going to do that. Or in that one. Right. So sorry about this, guys. I will not be one moment. I won't be a moment. I'm just trying to find the right collection. This one. I am so sorry, guys. I do apologise. I'm just trying to find the... Oh, I cannot win, can I? I'm trying to find my Masquerade collection, but it seems to be evading me. So So I might just have to go with the Roaring Twenties instead. So we can use the Roaring Twenties. And it also has an embossing folder, so we can use the embossing folder on that. Yeah, that will look good. Right, so all I'm going to do is 3D emboss that and wait till you see what I do with it after I've 3D embossed it. It's going to be a good one, guys. It's going to be a good one. Looking very pretty, Gaz. I'm sure you must know somebody with an old pair of hair. I will actually ask around. That's a very good idea. You should be singing us a song, Gaz. Should I be singing Masquerade, paper faces on parade, masquerade, hide your face so nobody can find. Masquerade, paper faces on parade, masquerade. See, look what you're doing to me. Right, let's just cut off the sides of that first, because we just want the pattern, don't we, guys? Let the spectacle astound you. Masquerade, paper faces on parade, masquerade. Right, I think that actually is big enough. I might take a little 1/4 of an inch off of it though. Yeah, let's take the 1/4 inch off. Yeah, that'll look good. The Jeopardy song keeps running around in my head. Looking very... yep, I already read that. Could you sing? You could be singing us a song. I don't... See, look, people will leave if I sing properly. You do know that, right, guys? People will leave. Right, and I really want to use this. So this is the chocolate bronze gilding polish. And I'm just gonna... Oh wow, that is really... Yeah, I am doing that the right side. Wow, I actually really like I really like what this is doing to it, actually. Really does look really good. I'll go quickly clean that off with my fingers. And then I'm just going to get down a piece of my watercolour paper. And which one I'm going to stamp. Yeah, I'm going to stamp this lovely couple. I'm just going to grab my stamping platform. we go. I'm just going to try and centralise them into an area. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to watercolour these guys. So I'm going to go in with my VersaFine Clear ink, which is water resistant. Now I need to see where I've put my... There it is, my little stamp press. Yeah, that needs another quick going over, so we'll give that another quick going over. You can see the polish squidging when you poke it with your finger. Yes, I need one of those sticky mats for the stamping platform. I bought these off of AliExpress, Lynn. Mostly because I'm cheap. There we go, there's a little bit missing off her face as well, so we don't want that to go. I'm just going to re-ink that and do it one more time. But this is the beauty of a stamping platform, guys. You don't have to worry about getting it right first time. And also my surface is slightly sloped, so it is going to give me a bit of trouble every now and then. But I do highly recommend having a sticky mat. It is very, very good. And it does hold, it normally gets just held down by the magnets. Let's just bring that back in. There. Give that a quick clean. And put that back on there. There we go, that's them back together. Put my honey. I'll deal with that in a bit. My honey part. Let's get down some watercolours and start colouring them in. Right, I'm going to go by doing his tuxedo jacket first. And I'm going to use a bit of charcoal. And I'm just going to... I need to drag that out a little bit more with the water. Because I don't want that becoming such a dark. I do apologise if I go into a bit of a watercolour coma. Unfortunately, it does happen to me. And I want that to be a bit of a... And then bring that out with the... There we go. So I don't want it looking too black, but obviously I want it to look black. There we go. Let's have a look at the messages. Can see the part. I need some of those sticky mats. Still waiting for my Ferris wheel. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Rhonda. I would have thought it would have been with you by now. And for his bow tie, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of burgundy. And the rest of it, I'm going to leave absolutely white. For him, except for his hair, of course, we're going to colour in his hair. And it's not going to be black. It's going to be a lovely brown. Let's go with a mixture of chestnut and fawn. And fawn. There we go. I'm just going to pick up the darker colour first. Give that. There we go. And we need to go in with a skin tone colour, don't we? So if I mix a bit of pink with those two browns, that should give us actually a very lovely tan skin tone. And if I just sorry guys, I am going into a bit of a colouring coma here. But I will be back with you in just 1 second. And then the good thing about this as well is that this colour is actually drying just ever so slightly lighter. There we go. That actually looks really nice so far. Oh, for Pete's sake. Lynn, I have seen Sam Callett's new stamps. And I may or may not have used some of the lovely money that you guys have donated to the stream to buy a pack of them. I might or might not have done that. Right, let's go for her dress. I'm thinking gold for her dress. We want her to look really pretty and stand out. So I'm just going to... Oh, that is really rubbish. Let's put that back to the point that it's meant to have. And pick up that gold. There we go. And I'm only going to do some sections of her dress in this colour. There we go, and I'm thinking to go with that gold. Ooh, it's actually quite a difficult one to choose. With the gold, I think we might do a little bit of Kingfisher. Margaret. Oh, thank you very much for saying that, Margaret. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate that. I think I might have made that a little bit too weak of a colour. What are you doing? I think I'm going to have to go in with a slightly stronger colour blue, because that does not look right to me, and plus it's gone right into the gold, which I'm not happy about. So I'm going to try and take that out. Let's go back in with the gold. And just there we go. Take that green away from the gold because we don't want that in there. There we go. And I'm going to go back in, just quickly clean all that off so I don't make any more mix-ups. And I think we need to go in with a slightly stronger blue, so I'm going to go in with the peacock blue this time. No, I haven't. Oh, Mary Pat, you need to see them. You need to see them. That's all I'm going to say. There we go. That's a much stronger blue. I am happy with that blue. And because I missed her arm, I need to go back in with some more of that gold, don't I? So let's just quickly... There we go. And just for ease, I'm going to do that arm piece as a little blue. Let's get where that blue's bled into the gold out. Let's get that gold back down. Not too bad at fixing the broken colouring either, I don't think. Right, let's get those up. And we will... Oh, what colour should we do her hair? I think actually I'm just going to go in with fairy blooms on her hair, because actually it looks really... It's a nice light blonde colour, and it will fit in quite well with how she looks. Oh, I think I might need to get a more focused brush than this. This brush used to be really good, and I don't know what's happened to it recently, but it's not as good as it once was. I don't know what I've done to it. Let's go for... because we want it to kind of... Yeah, let's go with orchid for her head. And I really need to water that down, because that is a strong colour. For the feathers on her headdress. And actually I'm just going to make the whole headdress that colour, because I really like that. And in fact, I might make that arm match And there we go. Which I think looks really good. Let's get those colours up. It's a shame that this didn't actually come with a... Does anyone seem to have a favourite paintbrush? Yes. Sarah, I'm glad you're checking out those stamps. They are so much fun. Like, seriously. They are so naughty, it's hilarious. And I'm just going to do the background for them as well. I'm thinking... Well, what am I thinking? I need to think of a really nice colour wash that I can do. You know what? I'm going to go with Heather. Going into a bit of Orchid. And I'm just going to have a look at the last colour I've got here as well. Yeah. So I'm going to use a bit of Wildflower, Heather, then Orchid. So I'm going to get my larger brush down. And I'm just going to wet it. I'm just going to pick up the darkest colour. And I'm going to purposefully try to miss them. I'm going to go into the next darkest colour. Because what I'll do is I'll go in and do the final bits with a smaller brush. So, which will blend out those lines that I've got going on there. I'm just going to bring back in the big brush and pick up a bit more of that, because that's looking a little bit faint there. And I'm just going to bring the colour out on this side a little bit as well, because I'm not sure I have enough colour wash on this side for how I want to die cut it. But even if that's not enough, then I will come back in. It's not so much of die cutting as how I'm going to cut it with the board. So that's 5. That is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I want to cut that down to 3 1/2. There you come. I'm just going to blend that off with my finger because it's just a little bit there. By 4.5. Yeah, I think that works really nicely. And I should bring in the rest of the card. So, thinking of it, how we're going to do this, I'm just going to glue that down onto the there we go, and then I'm just going to do the same with that onto there. Oh, hello, Sarah, the Sussex Lancastrian. I will get that one day, I promise. I have a glass of wine on the go whilst emptying the dishwasher. Ooh, you go, girl. You get that wine. You get that wine. There we go. I think I actually really like that. And then, I'm not sure what I did with that embossing foot. Oh, there it is. There it is. What we're going to do is, think. Because we need to, so we're going to cut that kind of in half. Let's, what width is that? So that's 3.5. So if I take that down to 3.25 by 2.25, I think that should be good enough. Oh, that's far too big. Right, okay. So let's take that down to 1 3/4. Actually, I'm just going to take it down to 1.5. Yeah, that's better. That's big enough. And then all I'm going to do is come in with my gilding. The actual gilding wax on that one. And clean up the mucky muck I've left. So that was 1.5 by 3.25. And I'm just going to do another layer of 1 by 3. So actually I'm going to do, yeah, because it's 1.25, wasn't it? And all I'm going to do with that is just get my sentiment. And I bet you're not going to guess what I'm going to actually do with this, because this is going to be insane. It is going to be absolutely insanity. So I'm just going to line that up, hold it down, put that on there, pull that over. I'm just going to prepare my stamp with a bit of moisture, and I'm going to go in with some of the chocolate bronze wax. Oh, and I didn't have it strong enough, so what I will do is just take a little bit extra off of the sponge, and I'm just going to moisten that and go back in again, because you can stamp with these guys. I do just need to put my stamping press down under there. Kirsty, ooh, what's Kirsty done? What is Kirsty doing? Ooh, a coffee with Baileys in it for Lynn. Oh, yes, please. Lemon water here. Rhonda's having a lemon water. Calm down, girl. What? Oh. It's okay. It's fixable. It's fixable. And there we go. There's our Together Forever. Just clean that muck off of the stamp. I need to put those bits back away properly, don't I? I'm getting out of hand. Never mind people and what they're drinking. I'm getting out of hand without any alcohol. I've gotten so out of hand, it's unreal. I need to stop immediately. Thank you very much, Simon. Thank you, Ords. I do think it is actually a really nice... It's a really nice little way of using them. I think they are absolutely fantastic for that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with one of my colours. I'm just not sure which one. Just to give it a... You know what, I'm just going to go in with the wild. I'm going to go in with the heather. And you'll see as well, because of that gilding, the gilding wax, the sentiment will actually resist what I've put on there. I'm just going to give that a little tap to dry it off, because I only wanted it to be a light covering on that one. And there we go. You know what, I'm going to put some foam tape on that just to make it stand out, because all the other layers are quite close together, aren't they? So, and plus, is it a card made by me if I haven't used foam tape on it somewhere? I'm just going to pop that on there. And there we have it, guys. A lovely you know what, I'm feeling that needs a little something. Ooh, what little something do I feel that it needs? It needs that little certain, there is a je ne sais quoi. I'm thinking some, oh no, not that one. thinking a few. Now normally I would just do this onto a scrap bit of card first, but you know, I'm kind of having one of those days today where I'm thinking that if I'm going to use Nouveau drops, they're just going to do exactly what I tell them to. And there we go, guys. We have a lovely Together Forever card. And we've layered it up with, I mean, look at the techniques that we've used on here, guys. I think this is actually one of the nicest cards I've made in a long while. I've really enjoyed putting this one together. But before, obviously, that will then attach to the card base like that. But at the moment, I'm just going, oh, hello, Olga. Thank you for being here, my lovely. Mary Pat 1000, thank you for saying I'm very brave. And it is stunning. Thank you, Simon. I'm actually really enjoying having put it together myself, actually. So I'm just going to wait for those Nouveau drops to dry before I do it. But that is how it will look when it's all stuck down. Now, would you guys like me to go over any of the techniques that I've shown you in this? Or is everybody okay with the techniques? Has there anybody got any questions about what I've done, what I've used, how I've used it? I am more than happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. So whilst you're thinking about it, I'm just going to put a few of these bits away because I've got a lovely mess hanging about. And I'm not so fond of mess. So there we go. So that was the wild honey one, wasn't it? Oh, Gaz, you sounded very masterful. Stunning card. Oh, thank you so much, Margaret. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Caroline. It is a lot of lovely techniques. Thank you, Sylv, and thank you, Mary Pat also, and thank you, Christine. How do you have your markers sorted? Right, well, those ones at the top there, they're from Ohuhu, and I have those ordered in the same order that their little colour chart came in. So all of those are colour coordinated to how Ohuhu does theirs. All of the Spectrum Noir ones, it's actually looking a little bit messy down there at the moment, are all ordered as they've come out of the packets, except for the ones that I've bought as an extra. So I really ought to get into those and properly order them at some point. When you did the embossing folders, you did it on the deboss side. Yeah, so what have I done with that folder? So, I don't know, what have I done with that folder? I've got everything kind of smeared everywhere at the moment, and I'm not winning because I keep making a mess of myself. I'm a little bit of a nightmare tonight, guys. I am a bit sorry. Let's just see if I can get some of this straightened out quickly. If I can help you with your question, I need to find that embossing folder, which I've put somewhere exceptionally safe. So safe that not even I can find it. Ah, there it is. So, when I did the inking, I did it on the side that doesn't press into the card. So this is the flat side. So I went over the flat side with the ink, and that is the side that presses in. You want to see one of the Ohuhu markers? Okie dokie. So these are Ohuhu art markers. One end is a little nib. The other end is a chisel tip. They do have various different ones of these. I'd love to get the brush version, but the brush version are obviously a bit more expensive. They are very, very good. Very, very good pens. Actually, if I just grab a piece of my scrap, I'll swatch a little bit out for you. and they're alcohol markers. But I just realised I put alcohol marker onto watercolour card, so it's not going to look its best. Which is very silly of me, I know. Let's pick those up. Put that back in the drawer. Clean out the spray. I've been looking at Ohuhu markers for a while. Sarah, if I were you, if you were going for any of the Ohuhu markers, I would go for the Honolulu series, which are the brush markers. Absolutely fantastic. One of my friends got them and she now swears by them. She says they're just as good. Mary Pat, I do have all 325 colours, I think it is. Hello, Barbara. Oh, I'm so glad you managed to make it back in. Oh, bless you, sweetheart. But I do normally just refer to that as my wall of pens, to be dreadfully honest. I'm just going to give this a quick clean up. I'll answer a few little questions and then we'll call it the night, I think, because I think the one card is enough for this stream. And I've got to actually make sure I get up early tomorrow because I've got to go down the post office. So just pick those few little bits up. And those few little bits there. I think that's the best way to buy them. Yes, to be honest, Mary Pat, if you have a look on their website, they do usually have at least a 10% off coupon. I bought those for the equivalent of £120 in the UK. So I got the whole lot for about £120, which was back when I was a rich person and I had money. Right, I'm just going to put those bits back in the Craft Club folder. And then I need to pop those down there so that can go away for the next live. And I do also want to show you something else that I got with some of the money that's been donated to the live. So I also picked these up from the Crafter's Companion sale, the little metallic, I think they're aqua inks, water reactive inks. I'm going to be going to the Evesham Crafter's Companion store next Saturday, so I don't know if any of you may or may not be there. I will be going there to do Sheena's thing that she's doing there on Saturday. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm going there for that. I'm going to take these with me so that she can teach me how to use the techniques that she taught on the show the other week. Right, let me just get this set up because I need to make sure that's all ready. There we go. And get rid of those few bits over there. Right, so I'm just going to say, again, a massive thank you to everyone who's been here this evening. Thank you to Babs who donated $5 to the streaming fund. Just so you know, there's absolutely no pressure to do any of that. I don't want you guys to feel pressured into doing it. But anything is gratefully received and goes back into keeping the stream going and new bits and bobs for me to show off to you guys. Most of the stuff that I used this evening came from the month 6 embossing folder techniques of the Crafter's Companion Craft Club. So I will just say a massive thank you for you all being here because, again, if you're not here, I'm not here. and hopefully I've helped you all kind of understand a little bit better on how to do the letterpress techniques with the embossing folders. Even if I inspire or help one person, it means the world to me. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, wherever you are in the world. And thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell for all notifications. Yeah, I should be in advertising. Sheena's whatchamacallit thingy, yeah. No, you guys are so welcome. Take care. I'm gonna have a nice restful weekend. I hope you all do as well. And I will see you all on Monday for the next live. I will decide what that's going to be over the weekend and post it up in the Facebook group, Handcrafted by Gaz. If you don't know how to get there, go to handcraftedbygaz.co.uk and it will send you straight to the website. Straight to the Facebook group. And if you do have any questions in the meantime, do not hesitate to email me at askme@handcraftedbygaz.co.uk. Have a wonderful evening, day, everything, guys. I love you all. Mwah. Thank you so much. Bye.